predict that in the not so distant future, we're gonna be looking at models like this where we do a few workouts a week and have long periods of rest in between as kind of like the old way of going about things. And we're gonna be moving more towards something where we do something where it's shorter yet more frequent workouts, possibly something a little bit every single day. And this is something I've been practicing for well over a year now, and it's been great. But I'm finding a lot of people I listen to on podcasts and YouTube videos are kind of moving in this direction. Now, there's a lot of benefits to this, but before we get into that, we should know that we're not really changing anything with this higher frequency workout. All we're doing is we're shortening the stress and recovery cycle. When we're working out a couple times a week, we're doing a workout that's longer, more stressful, and kind of beats us up a little bit more, and therefore requires more of a rest period, which is why people say you can only do it a couple times a week. When we're doing it every day or 6 days a week, we're shortening the workouts to be less stressful as a whole on both body and mind, and less stressful on your schedule. So it's basically a lot easier in a number of ways. But because it's less stressful and less fatiguing, we don't need as long of a recovery cycle, so we can do it more frequently. So the benefits are huge. Like I said, less stress on the body, so less potential risk of injury, less burnout, less neural system fatigue, all sorts of things like this. Less stress on the mind. You see these guys, they're like, gotta pump up the loud music and really get themselves amped up, and they got their pre-workout and smelling salts going. Well, yeah, if your workout's really long and really hard, you need all that. But when your workout's like 20 minutes, you're like, nah, I could do this pretty easily. It's not something I need to really find motivation for. It's easier on your schedule too. At least that's what I'm finding. I mean, hell, I work in a gym. And for me, finding an hour to an hour and a half a day or a few times a week to work out can be really hard to jam into my schedule. I can find 15 minutes. That's not too hard at all. Other benefits include there are a lot of qualities in fitness that you're just not gonna develop very much if you're only working on them once or twice a week. Mobility, flexibility, stability, muscle control, coordination, all of these things require a lot of high frequency practice in order to really dial in. And then finally, it helps you become more of what I like to call action ready. A lot of people will say, well, you know, I need to warm up, a long warm up in order to prepare myself for activity. But what most people are actually doing is they're not warming up to work out, they're warming up to recover from not doing very much over a day or two. But when you're doing something on a more frequent basis, you're more action ready at the drop of a hat. So things like picking up your sofa, sprinting up a flight of stairs, running to catch the bus are less stressful on the body and less likely to cause injury as well. So in the next video, I'll be talking about strategy on how you can make this work for you. And maybe it'll be a good fit for you, maybe not. I'm not saying like this is the only way we're gonna work out, but I think it'll be our bread and butter in the near future. Check out these videos on how I'm doing it for my own workout, and let me know if you have questions below. Be fit, live free.